That's it. The Earth Day Telethon is over for another year.
You should be so proud of yourself. I mean, you filled 2 straight days with wall-to-wall entertainment.
I guess, but I still didn't get anyone famous.
Damn it! I was so close to Daryl Hall and John Oates.
Whoa, here she comes.
What the hell, man? Are you mocking me?
Oh, no, I was just messing around. I'm sorry.
You should be.
But me and my buddy, we got this band, and I thought maybe next year.
Hard no.
But don't you guys got a bunch of hours to fill?
Hard no. Sweet stash, though.
Oh, well, thanks. It's kind of my thing.
I want to tell you about my new show, Out of Bounds, on the KTLA Plus app. It's a deep dive with sports legends and famous fans. It's sports talk that goes beyond the athletes, beyond the court. It's beyond the interviews.
Out of Bounds, streaming free on the KTLA Plus app Sundays after sports final and on demand on the app and YouTube.
Win our Vegas football getaway giveaway. Tickets to the Big Vegas versus LA game. A 2-night stay at the Palms Casino Resort. A $200 credit and more. Monday. Broadcasting across California with Nikki Lorenzo. This is Inside California Politics.
Glad you're with us this week. I'm Nikki Lorenzo in Sacramento. Governor Newsom's plan to redraw congressional districts to pick up seats for Democrats will go before the voters in a costly special election on November 4th. Right after that bill signing, Newsom went to the state Democratic Party headquarters to launch the next phase, which is the Yes on 50 campaign.
This is not an action the legislature intended to advance. This is not an election we expected to be holding on November 4th. But they shot the first bullet. They took an action in Texas, and we're responding to it.
Again, Newsom and Democratic leaders are asking the voters to suspend the Independent Redistricting Commission for the next 3 election cycles, saying yes to the gerrymandered map. You're seeing that there on your screen right now. Governor Newsom has said over and over, this is in response to redistricting in Texas to advantage Republicans and keep the U.S. House in Republican control. So this move setting up another edition of California versus the Trump administration, something my first guest is familiar with when he was California's Attorney General. He sued the Trump administration more than 100 times. He is also a former cabinet secretary leading the Department of Health and Human Services during the Biden administration, and of course is a candidate for California governor. Secretary Xavier Becerra joining us now. Thank you for being back on the show.
Nikki, thanks for having me.
Okay, so I want to start with the redistricting. First of all, are you in support of this move by Governor Newsom to put this on the ballot?
Absolutely. We have to counter this hostile takeover that the federal government's trying to impose on Congress. This would change the voting structure of Congress in a way that tilts everything in favor of Donald Trump. That's not fair.
So if you are elected governor, first, if this ballot measure passes, goes into effect, if you were elected governor, this would be in place during a Becerra administration, which sunset, I believe, in the 3rd year of your first term. So would you support this going back to the independent commission after 2030?
Yes. I think everyone has said that. We've got a process to do this, and we've been able to work with that process. Donald Trump is trying to crack that process, put his thumb on the scale, and try to make sure that regardless of what the election results are in 2026, he still is the king. And we got to step in. California has done that. I did that. We have no choice but to make sure that when we send votes to Washington, D.C. through our representatives, that they have a voice. And the last thing we want to do is erode the support and the power that California, the largest delegation, has to get back the tax dollars that we send. Remember, we send more money to the federal treasury as taxpayers than any other state in the nation. Why should we let Donald Trump put his thumb on the scale and change that?
Also, President Trump will still be in office if you are elected governor. As I said in the introduction to you when you were Attorney General, you took him on. He faced lawsuits. How would you approach working with him if you're elected governor?
Same way I did it when I was Attorney General. We all talk about the 120 plus lawsuits I filed against him. We stood up when we needed to. And by the way, we won most of them because he was trying to do things that were against the law. At the same time, I was working hand in hand with many of the same agencies I was suing, whether it was sex trafficking takedowns, whether it was organized crime interdiction, whether it was drug interdiction. We work with them, and so we have no choice. The federal government is our largest partner. We're going to work with them, but we're not going to let them roll over us.
Well, I asked this too because the current governor, Governor Newsom, is in the spotlight right now because of his approach to fighting President Trump, basically taking Trump's approach to posts on social media, all caps, personal attacks. Is this something that we would be seeing from a Governor Becerra's press office? All caps tweeting, things of that nature?
You know, to each his own. Just do it according to the law, but to each his own. I've got my style. Governor Newsom, Donald Trump, they've got their styles.
Well, what's your style? People are learning about the candidates.
Look, I grew up with parents who said to me, when you see your grandparents, you always go and give them a hug and a kiss. If so, you respect your elders, you respect the law, you got to earn things because you have to prove that you deserve a place. My parents who were immigrants knew they had to prove they had earned a place here. So I believe that if I do things according to the law, I'll get a fair shake.
Basically, I'm taking that as more of a measured approach, not all.
Look, I sued Donald Trump in court. We beat him tons of times. I didn't pound my chest every time we beat him. We just kept beating him.
Okay, so I want to get you to react to a comment that one of your Democrat opponents said on the show last week, because basically I want to set this up for viewers who didn't see last week's episode. Stephen J. Klubeck, Democrat candidate for governor, said he was the only one in this race to take on President Trump. So let's watch this and we'll react on the other side.
Look, California needs a fighter. And out of all the candidates that exist today, there's not one who sat across the table from Donald Trump that said no. And there's not.
Javier Becerra might have something to say about that. He was the Attorney General, sued him more than 100 times, won about, a couple of dozen of those lawsuits. So he said no to him and stood up to him.
Yeah, well, with other people's money, not his own. I mean, he's never signed the front of a check.